let's do a quick rundown of actual Temple Mount and what happened. Remember King David? 1000 BC. He's going to build his city of David right down there. It's going to be in the valley to the right of us. And then he builds his palace on top of that. And then he wants to build a temple to put the ark in after carrying through the desert for all these decades. Finally, it's going to come to earth. As I said, to get into the reason why King David doesn't do that, it takes a long time. There's a lot of debate in Judaism about this. For our purposes, all we need to know is that his son King Solomon and build the first Jewish temple, as far as we understand, right where this golden dome is, or at least in the vicinity. Just like in the church, you're going to have to trust me underneath all this construction. There's a little hill. We call it Mount Moriah. In Judaism, Mount Moriah is critical because that's where the binding of Isaac happens. So this is the holy. This is the reason David comes to Jerusalem in terms of spirituality. So, city of David over there, first temple over here, and it's going to last for quite a long time until, as I mentioned, 594 BC. That's when the Babylonians take over, destroy the temple, ban all the Jews, the first Jewish exile, and the Jewish temple is no more. Then the Jews come back. About 7 years after that, the Persians take over. They allow the Jews to come back. We call it the return of Zion, Shivat Zion in Jewish history. Zion Nehemiah, political leader and prophet, are leading the Jews back into the land of Judea. They're going to come back to the mountain. They're going to build a little altar. It's not going to be a temple. It's going to be a little altar just so they can do the sacrifice work. And that's going to have to do for a while. After the Persians come the Greeks. And the Greeks take over. The Greeks are not really bothered about this place this way or another at the beginning. And in the middle of that, Alexander the Great dies. And his predecessors, the generals leading his armies, are starting to fight between them over control. One of them is sitting in the south, in Egypt. One of them is sitting in the north, where Syria is today. And we're in the middle, as always. Remember, because we talked about it, this is what Israel is. Israel is always in the middle between something. So while these guys are fighting over control, a local Jewish family, the Maccabees, the Hashmonite family, starts a rebellion, succeeds, takes over, and establishes the second Jewish independent kingdom in Judea in history. By the way, you know what the third one is going to be, right? This one. So the Maccabees were the last Jews to be in charge here until the state of Israel came over. So the Maccabees are going to be in charge for about 100 years. And then their grandchildren are going to mess it up. I always say the historical lesson I always learn from everything. Whatever you do in life, don't let your kids touch it. It's always the same. If it's a kingdom, if it's a business, don't let your kids touch it. They're going to ruin it. And if not them, their kids are going to ruin it.